Hi everybody, it's Diane back with her Celebrity Twinchies. So we have 4 cards today. They're 2 by 2 inches, obviously. I would think you should know these people. Okay, go ahead, take a guess. Danny Kaye. This one, she's probably not so well known today. Judy Holliday. I hope you know him. Jack Lemmon. You probably know her. This is a young picture of her. Angela Lansbury. Okay, I found words for them already that I hope don't get lost. Okay, so we're looking for backgrounds, and in doing something else earlier today, I came across this in a magazine. Obviously, it's a magazine with these different rugs, and then this one too, because Danny's word is hyper colorful, which I thought fit him. Oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe this section here. Let's see. Almost looks like a Peter Max background, doesn't it? Well, let's get rid of the white. Okay. Want it that way, or that way. Yeah, I think that way. My dogs are going to play now. All right. Well, oh, that's cool too. That's a bit much, even for him. Well, that's acceptable. I think it's too narrow. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we should get rid of that peachy color more so. Yeah. Okay. What are we going to do about the part that's exposed? Too short to think about that. Wow, $1,700 for a rug. And people walk in your room and you say, "Don't step on it." Oh, Diane. Nope. See how that's like we too busy, fussy. All right. Well, okay, let's go to the beginning and see if we can find backgrounds for the ladies. All right, maybe this door color. Well, maybe not. Yeah, it's too close to the turquoise, and it's yucky with the gold color. Okay. No, not going to work. Purple. You could do that. I'm not going to. Nope, too dark. This magazine's rather cut up, is it not? Oh, that's all right. Yeah, how do I want to cut this? The least evasive way, huh? Not evasive, invasive. I got her vasives mixed up. All right. Not bad. What's it gonna cost? I guess I shouldn't worry about saying gonna. Oh, it's in print. Okay, there's another one here. I don't know what color to put with that gold. She's stumped on that one. No. This magazine was kind of cool. They have wallpapers here, but isn't that neat? They're all bookshelves. Isn't that cool? That's cool. They have that, and then wallpaper looks like tile, and wallpaper looks like, you know, pictures. That's pictures or a gallery. Pictures. I guess when you get to a certain age, you get to make up words, huh? Well, there has to be some benefit to getting older. What would this look like? Oh, that's okay. It may not be the definitive, perfect answer, but it's good enough. All right, good. One more. No, I don't think so, but let's try it. It's all right. Well, why not? You're burning daylight. That's an old John Wayne movie. Which one is that? I think that's the Cowboys. Okay. All right. Well, find little accessory things. Bacon, anyone? It's not really what I had in mind. fountain. Stripes. Well, maybe Judy could use something like that. And don't tell anyone it was a doormat. Glaring, I couldn't see it. Yeah, I think that would be nice in some way. Okay. All right. How about one more magazine? I'm just grabbing one at random. And then I'll move on. And when I get to the painting stage, I'll come back and do that with you guys. What would these butterflies look like with Angela? I would cut all this teal color away. That would be nice. There's one more in the middle here, way over. Okay. There's Diane's favorite ad once again. Oh, sorry, my eye itched. Well, maybe a line from this looks like a quilt. That's nice. Maybe that way. Okay. Judy, what are you doing? Okay. I'm not saying little things. These are big things. We need little things. Well, what about some of these flowers with her? I would cut them all out. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, you know, the Jack background there has a lot going on. It may not need anything, or you may have to be cautious in what you put on, I would say. It's one page, it's one page. These pages are thicker than most magazines and they throw you. Okay, we're coming to the end. Okay, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna paint. Hang on. Okay, group, here we are. Diane, they're multiplying. Yeah, you turn your back for a minute, look what happens. Now, I could not find anything to go with Mr. K. I looked and looked and looked and looked. Looked and looked and looked. Did I say looked? Because I wanted something kind of abstract, modern, funky. I just could not come up with anything. Didn't work. Didn't work. Didn't work. Didn't work. Didn't work. So we decided it was the background. Well, I take it back. I finally found this. It's actually a beach towel image. And I just thought it was fun and funky and the right era, like 50s looking. Okay, fine. Well, it didn't look too great on this. It was okay. It was not good. The angles of these stripes didn't really go so well. The colors weren't so great. I kind of tried to talk myself into it for about, 30 seconds, and I just decided to forget it. Just get a new card. Okay. Well, I had to do something then with this. I couldn't just leave it, right? Anybody? I doubt there's too many people that know who that is. He's French. It's Jacques Tati. I don't know how the few movies I've seen of his, I've seen like 3 of them. They're almost like silent movies, essentially. His way of working is very visual, and it's very funny, and it's very good. And the way he directed too, the way he shot these scenes are frameable works of art. You just take my word for it if you've never seen one. So that's why we had Genius. Yeah, it split there when I was cutting it, but I think that's okay. I added birds from wallpaper, and he's coming up out of a skylight in a roof from the movie Hulot's Holiday, which is good. That's one of the ones I've seen. I don't know what I want to do with that paint-wise. This one, the top was a little short there, as you can see, a white line. That orange is way off. Let's try yellow. But yeah, I went through a big stack of magazines, and there were a couple things that maybe would have been okay, but it just sort of wasn't what I was looking for. And all that stuff I cut out, I wasn't overly thrilled anyway. So, once in a while you get a stinker, right? Not that I'm calling him a stinker. Just the way I set it up with those stripes. Yeah, you set them up. Okay. That's not too bad. I had thought of maybe coloring in a couple of those circles, except this orange is way off. I was going to use orange. I have a different orange, except it's not here because, it was for when this runs out, and it's a lighter shade, so we're going to wait with that. I may or may not do that. Jack here, I wound up turning it. I had the dots on top, but you saw more of the dots on top, and I decided I didn't like them that much, so we put them on the side, and then it's part of a plate, and that's actually a bathroom mirror. And you can see a picture and like tile. I thought that was kind of cool. Well, I think he needs black outlining and maybe a little blue, maybe spatter. And then I will go off when this paint is dry and seal them, put paper on the backs, and then put their names on the backs. It's nice. Let's try this one. let's not spatter on other ones, Diane. I'm going to take all the fun out of life. Okay. And let's not spatter all over him either. And I put friendly on his card just because he looks like he's friendly, and he just, this picture, he just looks like, I don't know, like your neighbor or your mom's cousin that came in from out of town, don't you think? Okay, pretty good. Boy, that was kind of a lot of spattering there. Next, this one's cute, it's nice, although I will say at a glance those flowers look a little bit like popcorn to me. You could do a black outline because of the stripes and because the flowers are outlined, but let's be careful because I got this a little close to the edge. And then we'll see if we want anything else with her. Have you ever seen a Judy Holliday movie? I have. I've seen several. There's her line in Born Yesterday. She goes, double negative! Just agree. Yeah, Diana, it was funny. Yeah, it was. I think we're going to leave that. If you want to spatter, go ahead. I think you're being a little risky because these all have little dots in the middle. And I think if you spatter, it's going to either compete or you're going to take away from the little dots in the middle. There's something about those little dots in the middle I don't think you should spatter. This one turned out fine. I didn't do anything differently. Pretty. Well, how about just some white? Oh, I can bring up gesso. I've got a big thing of gesso. All right, well, let's try a little gray, and if that doesn't look right, I'll have to do gesso on my own. Yeah, you don't really see it. Okay, I have to spatter gesso. Sorry, I just didn't think to grab the white. All right, Jacques. I don't know. What would you do with that? Just spatter some white? Maybe a little yellow? Let's do a little yellow. And then maybe a little white. Okay, well, I have to finish these off by myself because I didn't bring up the white or the other orange. Well, that's what happens when you don't prepare. You don't know what you're doing, right? Yeah, actually, I sort of like that. Adds a little something different than just white. Maybe we really don't need a lot of white. What do you think? I don't know. I'm going to think about it. Okay, come back again and I'll be done. Hang on. Wow. Hang on. Okay, folks, here we are with a glary light. We're all finished. So we have Angela. That one is pretty. And as I said, I put paper on the back, add their name off my printer, and sign them. And I do use different fonts and different papers depending on the person and the card. So Judy and her popcorn flowers. Jack Lemon, which actually I like that. Nice colors. Danny Kaye, which, yeah, that card is kind of different, but so is he. I think it's kind of cool. I did add orange. I think that kind of helps. And then Jacques Tati. That one does sort of look like a Peter Max type picture, which I think is really cool. And just for the record, I did angle up the window with the stripes. I was aware of that. Okay, more cards, and yeah, that box is about to burst, so I don't know. I know me though. I'll probably keep making them, and then I'll have to make another storage box, right? Okay, folks, thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day.